Welcome to the podcast. My name is Art Moore. I'm your host.
And my name is Eric Hansen, and I am your host.
Yes.
And together we are talking about noise.
That's right. Talking about noise. A podcast about talking about
music, songwriting,
production, audio recording, all that stuff.
Life.
We're just, a lot of life stuff.
Actually, we just make stuff up.
I was talking to somebody, and they're like, hey, what's your podcast about? And I was like, well, it's about audio production. It's about writing music. But mostly it's just us kind of sitting around just talking about whatever we want to talk about. Not mostly, but I'd say 50%, a good 50%.
I think that's most podcasts.
Yeah, and it should be most podcasts.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a whole personality. I listen to people for personality, not necessarily always for information. Sometimes for information. But I find purely informational podcasts get boring really quick.
This is true.
Yeah.
But I listen just for information.
You're just, you like
I don't
just the
care
information.
about
You just want infusion of new and interesting information. I can see that.
Unless it's Joe Rogan. Whatever he says is genius. Just comes
Joe
out
Rogan
his
his podcast is so good. And I think a big part of that is just I agree with him on a lot of things. So it just tends to work out well for me.
Yeah, but on his podcast,
personally,
he will just go off on tangents and be like, did you know that so-and-so created this? And that was in turn created by this. And then yada, yada, yada. World War II was over.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of
he'll
that.
He'll jump from tangent to tangent, and he'll be like, wow, you got there fast.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy like that. You will notice we have our piano here, and that's because of our segment later today that we will talk about. We sometimes bring in instruments so that we can, demo stuff live or whatever, play stuff. But that's what we're doing today. We're going to be demoing some live music.
Yay! This is so exciting.
So, it's all about synths here today. So we'll talk about that later.
So, busy music week.
Yeah, what's been going on?
I found a website. Well, I guess not a website. A service /app/ whatever you want to call it for us finger drummers out there.
Ooh!
If you're using Ableton Push, if you're using Machina, like I'm using.
Are those the two big ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and then there's the Akai. Is that how you pronounce it? AKAI?
Yeah.
Akai.
Akai.
You
know that fruit?
MPD. That's what it is.
There's that fruit that's
Acai.
QCAI. Is that how it's spelled?
I think it's ACAI.
AI. And how do you say that? Acai?
Akai. I have no idea.
I was pronouncing Akwai or Akuyai.
We should walk into it.
I couldn't figure it out.
We would like some Akawai berries.
Akawai. We don't have that here. Yes, you do.
Anyway, found a new app. Okay, so check this out. All of us pad drummers. Melodics. I got an email. Let's see, it was from Native Instruments. And they were just like, hey, check this out. So it's this service where it's kind of like a Guitar Hero type thing, except it scrolls from left to right. So if I'm going on the camera, I go that way, left to right.
Coming this way towards me.
And they'll display the notes you're supposed to hit, right? And it'll teach you beats, like how to play certain beats. And it's the whole idea is it's supposed to give you practice so that you can become fluent in the
so it's a practice technique.
Yeah, and
that's
then
cool.
You level up. It's kind of like they've infused video gaming with it,
which
so
they should.
I feel
That's
like
always very helpful.
I feel like it's a gaming thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And their motto is just do 5 minutes a day. That's all you need is 5 minutes a day.
Yeah,
you can become better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you download all the different lessons they have, and you can learn a whole bunch of styles. You can learn regular drumming,
like a rock beat type of thing.
House drumming, you name it. So anyway, I've been doing melodics.
Do they have Cuban?
Yes, they have Cuban. Actually, I think there was one called Cuban.
Yes. This sounds interesting to me.
No, it's really fun, and it's really well done. They do a great job.
Cool.
So, I don't know. I highly recommend it. I feel like such a goober.
So what's it called again?
I'm going to get that 100%.
Melodics?
Melodics.
Hey, I was pretty close.
Melodics.
Melodics.
Anyway, highly recommend that. That's a fun program.
That's good stuff.
And since we're doing synths later on today, Syntorial has been just a blast.
I need to get into that. I need to subscribe and get into that because as we look at synths today, the big thing we're going to be looking at is the presets.
Creating our own. Building our own synths. Oh.
So for me, it's like, all right, what do the presets have for me? Because I need to figure that out. So, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool. News?
Let's move on to some news. Eric is our new hound today. What do you have for us, Eric?
I was just waiting. I'm like, Art, what's your news? Give it to me. Give me your news.
I have come ill prepared.
Don't have any.
I see many articles that come up, and I'm like, "Ooh, that'd be good for the podcast. That'd be good for the podcast." But I gotta grab them. I gotta save them somehow. So
I see a lot of stuff, and I'm like, "That's awesome!" And then 5 minutes later, I've forgotten about it.
Yeah,
and then
the internet.
Before the podcast, I'll be like, "There was something out there that I thought would be cool."
There's something really great out there.
Okay, so there is a tiny island in the Caribbean called St. Kitts. They called it St. Kitts when I was on the cruise. It could be St. Kitts. I'm not sure.
Wait, you went on a cruise?
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
Anyway, there's a tiny island named St. Kitts.
Okay.
Right now, at this moment, on Monday, there is a court session going on for 50 Cent, the rapper.
Ooh.
He got in trouble. Can you guess why?
How did he get in trouble?
Because he shot a man.
What?
No, actually, it's not that bad. He got in trouble because in St. Kitts they have a non-profanity law.
And he performed there, and
he performed,
of course, cursed like
and
crazy.
Of course they forgot to edit out. And I was like, you're inviting a rapper like 50 Cent to your music festival.
Maybe someone should inform him. Hey, just so you know.
No, he signed the contract before saying no obscenities.
He knew.
They just forgot to bring the clean tracks. And he
wasn't going to do it, but then he played his regular backing tracks.
He was like, screw it, we're doing it live. We're going to do it live. We're doing it. Whatever.
He couldn't be like, oh, man, we forgot. Hey, did you put those on Dropbox? Oh, yeah, man, I put them on Dropbox for you. Here they are. Right? That seems like the thing I would do.
50 Cent knows how to use Dropbox. Anyway, whatever.
You don't think he knows how to use Dropbox?
Probably not.
Google Drive? iCloud?
Drop Cloud? Any cloud?
Amazon Music? I mean, there's a whole bunch of different services out there. Okay, go ahead. Email?
So he
I'm a little sick. I'm not a smoker. It sounds like I'm a smoker. I'm just a little sick.
You are
Sorry
a
about that.
fine cigar smoker. You like the top quality stuff.
No, I've
You're
never.
a high shelf.
I actually do enjoy the smell.
A good cigar. Oh, dang it.
I do enjoy the smell of cigarettes. So I lived in, in Europe for a couple years.
Nobody
and everyone
enjoys
smoked.
the smell of cigarettes.
Well, it just reminds me of my time in Europe and how much I enjoyed that. But I don't smoke. I never have, and it doesn't interest me.
It triggers a positive.
But when I smell cigarette smoke, it's
Great
yeah,
art.
I remember.
Anyway, we're getting back to this.
Sorry about that.
DMX actually did this in 2003. He performed.
Same place?
Same place. Was taken into custody and was released with a payment of $376.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Right?
I was thinking like $376,000, and then I was about to get outraged.
As soon as 50 Cent finished his performance, the police were there to issue his citation.
Oh, right then.
You've obscened in public. We don't like your obscenities.
I like how you said that. He obscened in public.
And there we go.
Yeah.
So I've decided we need to start a GoFundMe campaign. What better way to rage against the machine than to go swear at St. Kitts?
Oh, online.
And maybe take a week on the beach.
Okay.
But
all right.
That would be awesome. Like the police are dragging us away and we're like, no.
Beep, beep.
Oh, yeah, and we could bleep out everything, even if we're not saying it.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, like they did on, was it Arrested Development? Actually, something did come to my mind as we were talking. It's a piece of news. Should I bring it up after you're done?
Go for it. I'm done.
So, Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, that was my next piece of news.
Was that it? I'm sorry. You go ahead.
No.
It came to my mind.
Mm-mm.
No, go for it. I don't really have any details. Mm-mm. You probably have the details.
I don't have the details, actually. I was going to take a different approach than most.
Oh, I'm interested in hearing.
Okay, so Jimmy Page and Robert Plant were brought in to court.
Right.
Okay, so it's the copyright owner of a song done by a band called Spirit that toured with Led Zeppelin prior to, let's see, it was like I want to say 1971, 1972, 73, around there.
Okay.
Before Stairway to Heaven came out, before Led Zeppelin 4 came out.
Right.
And there is a song done by the band Spirit, and the song sounds very similar to the intro of Stairway to Heaven. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Right? Problem being, it's a chord progression, and there are actually quite a few songs that use a very similar chord progression. Here's my take.
As they ought to do.
Here we go. Okay.
All right. This is Eric's take.
At this point, okay, being the Led Zeppelin that I am.
The Led Zeppelin.
They can do no wrong in my eyes, okay? It doesn't matter if you actually did rip it off. The other problem I have, okay, Stairway to Heaven has like 3 distinct parts that are wildly different from one another.
Okay.
The only problem is the first part of the song, right? The first 3 minutes of the song. It's an 8-minute song, folks. Let's just go with that. But anyway, Jimmy Page can do no wrong in my eyes. If it were to come out that he was like, I'm a devil worshiper and I sacrifice dogs, I'd be
All
like,
right.
I'm cool, man. Jimmy, I'm on board. If he's like, I'm part of the one world government, Illuminati, and I'm your new president, I'd be like, I welcome my new overlord. For one. So, I'm sorry, they can do no wrong. So they're in
no
court.
morals, no scruples.
No.
Is that
whatever
the way
Zeppelin
you go?
says is law.
I gotcha.
That's the way it goes. And I'm sure there are Zeppelin fans out there that agree with me.
Yeah.
So get this. They're in court, right? And you sit at your little benches or whatever, right, on your separate sides. And Jimmy Page and Robert Plant are there. And they have to play certain parts of the music. This is Exhibit A. Listen to this. This is Exhibit B. And the person who was drawing in there said Jimmy Page started like finger guitaring while the songs were playing.
Oh man, that's too cool.
And he was just like, he just went in his own world and just started like, just started like playing.
So to of course Stairway in Heaven and not the Spirit song, right?
Well, that'd be funny if he did it to both. It wouldn't matter because we love Zeppelin. So I don't know. That's that.
I'm becoming more and more a Zeppelin fan, and my son listens to them constantly.
Good.
And,
that's a good education in life.
Yeah.
So the guitarist who wrote the actual song that's in question has been deceased for, I think, 10 years. So this is a very, very old case.
Well, is it an old case or is it recently brought to light?
No. This has been around for a long time.
This has been going on for a long time?
I'm pretty sure the first 2 YouTube channels were like, this is Stairway to Heaven backwards, and this is what Stairway to Heaven sounds like.
Yeah. Okay.
This has been around for a very long time.
Very interesting.
Anyway.
Well, congratulations to Jimmy Page.
For being awesome.
And amazing.
And Robert Plant.
Yeah.
For being awesome.
For beating the system.
He could wear the long hair with the no frilly shirt with just his
definitely.
chest. He could do it.
Yeah, he could
It
pull
worked.
It off. He could totally pull
Matter
it
of fact, I'm sure he's doing that in court right now. He's just like stretching it out. And the judge is like, I like it. You are rocking it. I love it. Hey.
Yeah, you have to wonder where the judge is sitting on the fence. Or the jury, however it gets decided.
I would be
is he like you? Is he a fan? Is he like me? They're pretty good. I like them. Or is he like? I mean, I don't know anyone.
Well,
who
they
doesn't
interviewed
love.
the person who was doing all the drawings, the court drawings.
Okay,
and she was like, Yeah, I kind of like that music. Not really. I'm more into Beethoven and Mozart. And they were like, okay, well, would you consider yourself a fan of rock and roll in general? She's like, I don't know. It's not really my thing.
All
So
right.
it could be that way. I would totally be like, listen, you guys over there, I don't trust a thing you're saying. You're going to have to sign those pictures in front of you, 12 of them. Thank you. Both. Take turns.
The judge would like you to sign these documents, please. Yeah, of course. What do we sign?
We would like to.
Wait, are these just our headshots?
Wait a minute. Are these albums?
Are these albums?
Does this album have your name on it? No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, guys, this is a good sign. This is a good sign.
Anyway, that is...
Or maybe the judge is a huge... What's the other band's name? Spirit. Maybe they're a huge Spirit fan. And this has been bugging them for years, and they almost recused themselves.
Unfortunately, I don't feel like there are any Spirit fans out there. As sad as that sounds.
Yeah.
Although,
possibly even
how would that
one?
how would
Is
that
there
be?
one?
Like, hey, my dad is the band that sued Led Zeppelin. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like...
No.
Well, at this point, it's probably the publishing company, right?
It's whoever owns the copyright. Once again, this is
No,
more
this is
copyright trolls. Anyway.
Man, that copyright stuff, that's annoying.
It's so awful. Like, people want to get paid and stuff.
Well, okay. No, you're right. I mean, people do need to get paid and things do get stolen, but there's a line there, and I'm more on the side of, like, I don't know. I guess I really liked how
That was a convincing argument, Mark. Please make that again.
I really like how Sam Smith and Tom Petty handled their copyright issues. I thought that was
where Sam Smith was like, you know what? My melody is exactly like yours.
and Tom Petty was like, all right, cool. Or his publishing company, like,
It was
they
just like,
figured out
hey,
the
let's just add him
songwriting
as a
thing.
co-writer.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
See, like,
Whatever.
I think more things should be like, just
And if you would
figured
like
out
a
that
complete
way.
breakdown, we did that about a year ago. Go listen to episode
We don't have the number.
whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
And we actually compared I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty and Sam
'Cause
Smith's
I won't
Stay With Me.
Back down.
Speaking of, we haven't heard much from Sam Smith lately.
Or Tom Petty.
No, Tom Petty has formed his old high school band. No, he's brought them all back together.
His old high school band from high school?
Actually, I think it's college, now that I think about it.
Okay, that's
Anyway.
a little more
Oh, no, I got to remember
hopeful.
what they were called.
What was the name of it?
Crap. Okay, I'm going to have to look it up. Because,
This
I
sounds
was reading
interesting.
an article about the guitarist. Like, Tom Petty called him up. And he had just gotten done teaching guitar lessons. And was like, hey, I want to get the old band back together. And the guy's like, is this a joke? Like,
Seriously?
ha ha ha. Funny prank call.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I've got this.
You're going to look it up? Oh, okay. Folks, I just want you to know here on the Talking About Noise show, we bring you breaking news straight from Google itself.
Oh, it's Mud Crutch. That's what it is.
Mud Crutch.
Okay. So, yeah, called him up. And so they performed at like a park. And he invited all of his guitar students to come see because they did not believe that he played with Tom Petty.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
he got Mud Crutch back together.
Oh, man. Your
So
old high
cool.
school band. I'm trying to think of my old high school
I think
band.
it was college, actually.
I think,
Anyway, I gotta go
I,
read the article
I actually
again.
was in a band with the guy who does Mormon guitar online. He has a whole website, and he does religious music for the LDS Church. I'm LDS. And we were in a band in high school. He taught me how to play the blues on the guitar. All right. Enough reminiscing. Sorry about that.
There we
See,
go.
I feel like bringing your high school band back together would be like that. Just like, oh, man, do you remember that one time that and I'm so old, and I'm just going to tell some stories.
Whatever,
No, you don't
man.
think so?
No.
You think it would be functional?
No. Dude, I only live in the now.
The now, the here, and the now.
Matter of fact,
Never the there and the
everything
tomorrow.
just jumps into my brain, and it's this puddle of mud. That's a band. Anyway, it
All
just gets jumbled, and then it just suddenly pops out like. Should we do a synth?
We're moving on. Yeah, let's
Synth
go ahead.
master. Synth magic.
Yes. Today
Synthorama?
is about a couple of synths that I like. 2 of them are brand new I've never used before, and actually one of them isn't even a synth.
I like it because I've never used it. So,
well, I was going to try to go. I went to Bedroom Producers, the Bedroom Producer blog, and he has a lot of good stuff in there. He always has like the best plugins, the best free plugins of 2015. And you can make a full library of instruments and effects and make a full an audio suite from these free plugins. You know, they're all
it's true.
Massive. It is amazing. And someday I'm thinking about getting it, but I feel like I could probably cut my teeth on some of these free ones.
Massive. It's so
really
awesome.
Learn how to
go to Centorial, man.
Centorial. We're going to have to put a link in that for that down here. Below us
anyway.
On YouTube, and if you're on the website, it'll be in the show notes.
I very much like Massive, but I'm interested in hearing some of these new synthesizers.
Yeah, so this one is called Helm, and you'll have to forgive us. You can see we have our piano
looks
here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a really nice look to it. And you'll have to forgive us because we have our piano here as we're getting ready, and we don't even know
doesn't even work.
This is going to work. Yeah,
why wouldn't it
now
work?
That I'm thinking
You're an audio producer.
It's well, I did all of this with my other keyboard. Whoa,
that worked.
Was that too loud?
No, it just scared me because the sound is unique. That's a weird sound. Okay, is that a preset? Don't tell me that that's the start sound. All right. Stop vamping out. I'm seriously going to flick your ear.
Okay. I was hoping that was going to bring us more bass down there, but it didn't.
This
is their preset called. This again is the Helm synth, and the preset is called Broken Digital Organ.
Okay, first off, how many oscillators does this thing have?
Let's see here. I'm looking at 2 different oscillators.
Okay.
And they call it a sub. I'm trying to figure that out there. We have envelopes for amplitude, filter, and modulation, which is really fun. And
you've got a sequencer. And
we've got a little step sequencer down here as well. And I'm never really great at figuring out how step sequencers work in synths. So at some point, I'm going to figure that out. Maybe, Eric, maybe you can help us as well. But why don't you hold down a button for us, and we're going to change this mod envelope here. Go ahead. So you can see there are some fun things to change there. I kind of like that broken sound, though. That's the hard thing going on there.
Could be fun.
That. Yeah, we're going to try another couple of plugins here, another couple. And the thing about this one is just, oh my gosh, the presets.
What's this called again?
There's so much. It's called Helm, Helm.
This looks really fun.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool one. I like
Was this free?
This is a free one, yeah.
What? Yikes.
Yeah, so volume is always going to be an issue with synths. You never really know how they're going to come off.
So dirty.
Really trashy on that one. That one is called Electro Bass.
Does it have the Star Wars logo on it?
The Star Wars? No, it's his own little helm.
Like a helmet?
It's a helmet. It's a helm, right? A helm is that thing that kind of comes over. It's a helmet with the thing that comes over and protects your nose.
Thank you for describing. That was great.
Shut up, man. I'm awesome.
Art's going through an existential crisis.
I've also been sick for a week, so I don't have any time or patience for your bullcrap. And you were late to production today.
I was not.
Nah, he wasn't late.
Was I?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just joking around. All right, let's take a look. Look another one here. This one's called Get Bass. Ah, man. Oh, hasn't updated. Oh, it did update. That sounds very similar to the other plugin there. I've noticed what this one is. Yeah, the preset. Sorry. This one seems a little slow on the update, not on the actual performance. So it's snappy when you're.
You mean slow updating the presets?
Yeah, it's updating the presets, loading
okay.
the presets.
So what are the two waves you've got in the? Am I seeing square waves? What am I seeing?
Let's see. I think those are triangle waves up here in the oscillators. That section right here and this section right here. Is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are both
So
triangle waves.
change one of the oscillators.
So let's go here. We're going to change. Oh, that's the mod there. And
there you go.
You just click on them. You get all kind of step stuff going on there. Here's a sine wave.
Yeah, there's your sine and. Anyway, one of the things I learned in Syntorial is you start with the oscillators.
Mm-hmm.
Most synths have 2, some have 3, and that is what generates the wavelength. You have 2, one oscillator generates one type. There's the square wave. One generates one type of wavelength, the other generates another type, and then you can mix and match them together.
Yeah, and they kind of all seem to hit when you mix them. They kind of create new peaks and valleys that kind of are interesting that way.
And then after the oscillator, then you worry about your filters, and then your LFOs, and then your amps and distortions, and then your EQ, EQ before filters. Anyway. Okay, I like this one. Show me another.
This one? It's a good
one. Show me another.
Show me another.
I want another synth.
So, I like that Helm one. I think it's pretty good. Now, this one is interesting. It's called Grace, and it's not... I'm already breaking what this whole segment's about, because this is actually a sampler instead. So, instead of a full synth. But... it was so good. I was like, man, I really actually like this. So it's called Grace. It's made by a company called Plog Software. And most of these guys we've never heard before. I mean, this is the first time I've done this one.
So cool. Grace is the name of the program. I have a student named Grace.
And we have our latency set on our audio interface pretty low. So you're going to hear a little crackle every once in a while. That's not the plugin itself. That's our audio interface trying to keep up with everything we have going on. And it's a lot. We're recording this video on the computer to the computer. We're recording all the audio to that. We're also running another session with all the plugins. So
it's like this is an audio production podcast.
I know.
Crazy.
And we're doing it basically all on one computer. Not only that, we're also actually monitoring. You'll see here, we're monitoring our feed from the camera on to the thing wirelessly. So the camera has Wi-Fi on it, and it goes through the internet.
You're a wizard.
I think the internet, is that a thing? And then it comes back to our computer. And not only that, because right here, you'll notice we don't have a monitor sitting right here. There's no big, huge monitor. I do have a mouse, but we actually run a little laptop here, which grabs all of the screen grabs all the stuff from the main audio computer and puts it here so we can control it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But it works for us, so that's what's happening.
Works for you. You're the production guy. I
yeah.
pretend to write
you just
songs.
kind of show up and then you go for it. So this one's nice. It's got some drum stuff in here too, which I had a fun time with.
Like an 808 beat? You're that guy. You're totally that guy that just walks up to an instrument. It's like, dude, I play. Check this out. Hey, I just composed a song. Oh my gosh. It's like the guy at the Children's Museum that is composing a symphony on the children's keyboards. Hey guys, check this out. I'm composing.
Yeah, exactly.
So Grace is a sampler, and this is also free.
That's another free one. It's got lots of great ones in there.
That's crazy. And it has a bunch of already
Drum
loaded
kits.
samples.
Yeah, so this one you have to download the program, and then you go and download the sampler as well,
obviously.
which is kind of cool. The other one I was going to show you, but I didn't quite get it working, was a program that actually synthesizes speech and sings. And I thought that'd be interesting.
Oh, that would be fun.
I don't know if it'd be good, but I think it'd be interesting. And I'm just having a hard time seeing what's going on here. Hold on a second. We got an organ sound here.
Yeah, it's super small script. Sounds like The Legend of Zelda. Remember that? Remember the good old days?
I never played Zelda.
Oh. Art, remember that time when we played an awesome video game where you go on an adventure, save a princess named Zelda?
I don't remember that.
All right, enough.
So yeah, I mean, you could definitely do some vintage video gamey type stuff with that sound, which I think is really
well.
fun.
It looks like they have a whole bunch of stuff, and it also looks like you could create your own samples.
Yeah, definitely. You can load your own samples on this one. Kind of go crazy with that. And hold on, I want to do one more. We didn't do bass and lead. They have a whole section here called bass and leads.
Are you going to show a picture or a video of the actual app?
Yeah, we're gonna. This is all we're recording the desktop.
This is whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is the production value you get when you subscribe to our free podcast on the internet. We don't leave any stone unturned. We leave lots of stones unturned. Yeah, so interesting, something to play around with, try to get going on there. Now, the next one I have here is a plugin called Freehand Free, and it's made by a company called AM Synths, Angular Momentum Synths.
Look, we got 3 oscillators.
This one's got 3 oscillators on it, and the interesting thing about this is that you can actually come in here and draw.
Yeah, you can draw your own
stuff there.
Yeah, that's insane.
So I think that's kind of interesting. It also has an arpeggiator. Which again,
those are fun.
I'm just not really very good at figuring out how these
that's
work.
practically what the step sequencer is. So
that's what I meant. Step sequencer. What did I say?
Arpegginator.
Oh yeah, I guess they're very similar. Now this guy here, of course, you can hear the arpeggiator there, the step sequencer. But as you add more notes, it adds more kind of stuff going on there.
I'm feeling it, man.
So it's kind of a fun one.
That's good stuff.
What's
it called again?
This one's called Freehand Free, and
Freehand Free,
and it's because it's the free version. Yeah.
Oh, but there's a paid version.
And there's also a paid version but I've never been like, man, I am really lacking on this one always makes me think of like Ridley Scott Blade Runner type of music, on this kind of stuff.
Blade Runner, like the
movie.
80s show.
Yeah, the movies
from the 80s.
That was a movie. Jeez Louise. It's like
I'm talking to a chimpanzee here.
I miss this one section of rock history in my life. But then everything else from there to here, you just have no idea.
I know.
I remember I brought up Lou Gehrig, and you're like, what's going on with Lou Gehrig?
What's wrong with his disease?
What's his disease? What's the deal with his disease?
Oh my gosh.
So
when did you bring... I don't remember that.
Lou Gehrig? We were talking about Lou Gehrig's
I know everything
disease.
about Lou Gehrig.
What do you know about Lou Gehrig?
He was a diver. That was the conclusion we came to last time. That I was like, you mean the diver?
The diver? Who are you even talking about?
I don't know.
Like, okay, all right.
You don't even know where to go with that. You're so lost.
Yeah, I'm totally lost. This one's great for like pads and synths and pads and kind of like that crazy background stuff. And so you can like kind of bring in those chords a little bit and they'll kind of follow along. But it really makes me nice. Now, one thing I really like is this pad here. If you'll notice my mouse on the screen, and if you're at home and you're listening to this in the car, there's just a pad off to the side. And it's an XY pad, and you can grab it and move it and do all kinds of kind of crazy stuff with it to change EQ settings, filter settings. Here, let's get us a better... let's try here the Organa, I think. So go ahead and hold a chord there for us, Eric, if you wouldn't mind. Okay, a little minor chord. And as we grab this thing here, you can hear the XY will give us all kinds of great settings. Yeah.
Oh, whoops, I overloaded it.
Yeah, you just overloaded. Well, our latency on the system is just a little. We're running low latency to do the podcast, and so it's not as great for synths.
Oops.
And we're also running 3 synths and a whole bunch of plugins, and I'm getting tired. Anyway,
we are going until Art passes out, and then once Art passes out,
that's right.
I'm taking over the podcast.
Dude, you can take over the podcast. It's fine. Do you want to be like? Do you want to be
That's
the guy?
a very, very passive aggressive thing to say. I'm scared
Here's one thing we haven't ever talked about this in real life, and now is a good time.
Who's
to talk
the man
about
in this relationship? Is that where you're going?
Who's wearing the pants? But more importantly, our opening intro. I've always traditionally started it off. The podcast was originally my idea, and I said, Eric, we should do this. He's like, that's stupid, and I said, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. He's like, fine, I'll show up, and we started doing it. And the intro has never been smooth, we should probably just have like some beautiful women come in and record one for us, an intro, so we don't even have to worry about it anymore. But
okay.
Do you want to be in charge of the intro from now on? Is that something you want to do?
Wow, this is bait. That's bait.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah, Art. You can wear that. You can start. You can wear the pants.
I don't actually care. I mean, we're 77 episodes into now. This is our 77th episode, by the way. And
congratulations. That should mean something.
Yeah, totally does. And
cheers.
I don't care anymore. I mean, the show is what it is.
Obviously, you do.
This
is really bugging you. This is deep down inside. You're like, I just don't know if I want to take over this podcast.
All right. And with that, our whole section on synths.
We have 2 synths and a sampler that are free.
Yeah,
that you can go play with.
We'll go. We'll put some stuff up in the show notes.
Links.
And make that possible to easily download. And then also check out the bedroomproducer.com, I think it is, and he's got tons of great stuff out there. Good. People are making free audio plugins all the time, and you can really
blows my mind that people are doing that.
Well, and there's also companies making fantastic plugins for not a lot of money. You look at Stillwell Audio, you look at Helm Audio, and both of those plugin manufacturers are fantastic. And their plugins are like, if you use Reaper, of course, in Stillwell, it's like $25 a plugin, and you can get a great compressor that's going to rock, and you can use on every track. So, booyah.
There we go. Free 99.
Knowledge dropped.
Knowledge dropped. We're dropping knowledge on all y'all. Cool.
All right. We're at the end of the episode, which means, we got to do our picks of the week. Eric doesn't have one this week.
No, wait, okay. I do. Here we go.
You do? Sorry.
It was a surprise.
Oh, surprise. Okay. He told me before.
I don't, but I'm going to give you the order in which you need to listen to Led Zeppelin albums.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me.
Do you always have to be so obnoxious?
I'm just saying, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to laugh.
No. Here's how you do it. Okay, you listen to Led Zeppelin 2. Okay.
Oh, first.
Blows your mind.
Sophomore album first.
Then Led Zeppelin 4.
What?
Yeah. Then you're going to go to Led Zeppelin 1.
Ooh, okay.
Then
2, 4, 1.
you're going to go to Houses of the Holy, which is 5.
Okay.
Okay. Then you're going to go to Led Zeppelin 3. Okay.
Okay.
In Through the Outdoor. Then we're going to do Physical Graffiti.
All right.
And we're going to end it with Coda.
Okay.
Coda's last because it was kind of throwaway, although this new Coda that was released has a bunch of extra live stuff, new songs, so that actually makes...
Like a remastered version?
Yeah, that actually like bumps up the value of Coda.
Wow. So they did 7 albums in total, is that right?
9.
9 in total.
Did I miss?
You missed a couple.
No, I didn't. Shut up.
So let's think. Led Zeppelin 4. No, Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin 4, Led Zeppelin 1.
2, 3, 4.
Then
House of the Holy.
House of the Holies.
Physical Graffiti.
Physical Graffiti.
In Through the Outdoor. Coda. Oh, no. Am I missing one?
No, Led Zeppelin 3. You didn't
Led
get
Zeppelin
Led Zeppelin 3.
Oh, there we go.
So, all right.
Anyway, whatever.
Cool. I miscounted.
I need every Talking About Noise person to become a Led Zeppelin fan.
Yeah, I think that you should be. Yeah, I think that they're, culturally speaking, they're very important. But also the music is just
There you
so
go.
freaking good.
There you go.
Yeah. But culturally, you just need to know. Really. Yeah, music. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, what do you got for us, man?
Okay, so I have been... Well, first off, we've spent a lot of time talking about Batman vs. Superman in here. And
well, okay,
let me tell you, I'm still obsessed with that movie.
Art is obsessed with the movie.
I saw it 5 times.
In spite of what all the critics have said.
Oh, who cares about critics, man? They're all just a bunch of...
Critics.
Kind of sad people. And,
who have chosen to watch
people.
Movies for their lifestyle.
Well, and then criticize them. I mean, come on. Really? You're going to sit there. What have you done? Have you gone out and made a movie?
Maybe they have. And that's why they became a critic.
Because they're terrible at making movies.
So I have another podcast I listen to, and they started a movie critic podcast. Oh. But they ended up hating movies so much after a year of it, they had to quit the podcast.
They had to quit.
Because they were like, we couldn't watch a movie and enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, you just end up being too critical.
At that point, everything sucked. Everything was awful.
Yeah. I think Batman vs Superman definitely needs multiple viewings. I think you need. The first time I saw it, I walked out and was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a little angry about a couple of things.
This is a lifestyle choice for you.
But I went back and saw it the second time, and I loved the choices that they made in the movie. I thought Affleck was great as Batman. I think Cavill just needed more lines.
Okay. So
anyway, as this relates to my pick of the week, I have been reading a ton of Batman comics, and as I do that, I listen to Batman soundtracks in my ears as well. And my favorite soundtrack this week.
So unhealthy.
How's this unhealthy?
This is so bad.
How's this unhealthy?
Not only that, I dress up in my Batman costume.
I wasn't going to say that.
I do this late at night because Batman can only read Batman comics after midnight. Because he's the night.
Well, my only time to read is after everyone goes to bed. So yes, I do read at night. I may have a Batman cape that my mom made for me when I was a little kid.
And I'm mocking you, and I'm the one wearing the Batman shirt. Unreal.
Yeah, exactly.
This has taken a turn for the surreal. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So, one of the things I was thinking is that I really enjoy listening to, and I need to get back into writing orchestral scores. And the score for Batman Arkham Knight is fantastic. This is the opening track. I definitely think you should go listen to it. In that little short open clip, you've got so much crazy stuff. You got strings, you got percussion, you got those voices, you've got even a little synth in the background, just kind of in the bottom. I mean, just some really good production there. So, Batman. Batman.
Okay.
Batman.
I think we've found both of our obsessions.
Led Zeppelin and Batman.
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
And if we combine them,
Led Batman.
That would be a problem.
Led Batman.
Anyway.
All right.
That's it for the show.
Yeah.
You can talk to us about noise on the noise of talk. Okay, you do it.
Okay, you can catch us on our website at
talking about noise.blogspot.com.
You can catch me on Twitter and on Instagram.
At Artmore Studios. I totally botched that.
Yes, and you can catch Eric at
I Am the Swoop.
Let's see, that's pretty much it. We do need reviews on iTunes. So
I
if you have
actually
an iTunes
started
account,
tweeting the other day.
go leave us a little review. Tell everyone that you love us. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to get all of our new videos. We post every 2 weeks, maybe every once. We try over once a week. Sometimes it ends up being every 2 weeks, but we're having a great time doing this. And as you can tell, we just don't care anymore. No, that's not true. We really care. Please.
We care about
Please subscribe to the show. Please subscribe to the show. We really need and want you to subscribe.
We don't care. But please just come because we don't care.
If I don't make a go of this, I swear my whole life is meaningless. Please subscribe to the show.
Oh, the desperation. Okay.
Desperado.
I'm pretty sure that's all we have to say.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, we could go for hours. Let's see, we've gone 50 minutes. So
yeah,
we could go for another 2 hours just talking about life.
You know, we did do an episode that was really long, about an hour and a half once, and I listened to it, and it was just pure gibberish. Like, there was nothing of informational value. So I think about 50 minutes is our limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about how long we hang out normally.
Yeah. We do about hours
timer,
spurts.
and then it's like, well, Art, it's getting stale. I'll see you later.
Well, I mean, we hang out at, maybe we'll go to lunch sometimes, right? And that's about an hour. You can't hang out past lunch. Like, you can't finish your food and then still hang out for a while, unless you have personal problems you got to talk about, which neither one of us do. Our life is amazing, and things just
amazing. Anyway, we should end it on a high note.
Are we done?
With the word amazing.
All right, folks.
See
you later. Yeah, have a good weekend.